Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Alina Destiny, and today we're going to be doing a book review or a book haul, if you will. So I have all my books right here. I'm missing a couple, but all the books that I do talk about will be in the description below if y'all are interested. And this is not sponsored, so I'm gonna jump right into it. So the first book has a little funny story, at least it's funny to me. And so I was like scrolling down Amazon. I was like, okay, which books do I want, blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, oh, just send me whatever books you want and I'll buy them. I'll like buy them for you. Say less, mom, that's exactly what I would do. So I sent her this book, and it was the only book that I found like that caught my attention. I don't know what it was about this book, but I was like, that's the one I want. And so I sent it to her and she was like, oh, I think your brother had to read that for a summer read. And I was like, well, let's see. So my brother came into my room like 10 minutes after. He was like digging through his room under his bed for this freaking book. But besides the point, he came up to my room and was like, oh, I heard you needed this book. Yes, I did. This is exactly the book that I needed. And it's called The Alchemist. And I love this book. This book is, it is definitely fiction. All the other books are non-fiction. I'm more non-fiction type of gal, but this book was a fiction one. And it's basically about this traveler that, I'm not gonna tell you like the whole book, you know, but this traveler is looking for his purpose, yada yada yada, goes through all these trials and tribulations trying to find it, and he finds it. But there's, you know, like the plot and all that, and it's a really, really good read. It puts everything, just a great read. I'm just gonna read I love the quote on the back, and it says, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. And that's facts. Are you kidding me? Love that book. So the second book I read, which I don't have with me, I actually gave it to my mom. She's reading it. It was called Success Through Stillness by Russell Simmons. And that book found me at the perfect time. All of these books I feel like came to me at the perfect time that I needed to read them. So like for that one, I was like juggling with meditation. Like I was in and out of it. Like I wouldn't really commit to it. And once I like got to reading that book, I was like, okay, you're gonna meditate, Alina. So that book is really good if you're having trouble with meditating. It just tells you like the do's and the don'ts, and why people don't meditate and why people should meditate. And it's just a really good grounding book. I feel like it's a very, like, you need it just so you can get more in the practice of meditating, because meditating, we've talked about this, essential. Meditating is essential. You need that peace, you need that silence. So that was another great book as well. Next book, I believe I was with my friend. We had went to the bookstore, and they were getting all these books, blah blah blah, and I was like, I couldn't find nothing. So I was not about to leave the bookstore and not get a book. So I literally grabbed it, like, oh well, I'm gonna get this book. And I grabbed it. I believe it was either in the self-help aisle or the psych aisle. I can't remember, but it was this one. And like I said, it's called Busting Your Rut, 33 Practical Lessons to Alter Your Destiny, Transform Your Life, and Free Your Spirit. And that's exactly what it did. Like, this book is more so like we all know. So like I said, I know I said that a lot, but the books find me when they needed to find me. I already started to know what changes I needed to make, yada yada yada, but was I making them? No, I was still like in a stuck phase. And this book really busted my rut. It was really telling me, what's taking you so long? What's the problem? Why can you not make these changes? And what's keeping you from making these changes? And it just tells you all the things. It basically just validates. Is that a word? I don't know. It doesn't approve any of the excuses that you're making to change. Great book, because you know, sometimes we need that slap in the face whenever we're just dragging our feet trying to change. Oh no, if you don't change now, when are you gonna do it? You're just gonna keep prolonging it. So yes, that was the book that I found. And then this book, it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I started to read this, my friend gave it to me, and I was like on page 50. But whenever I was over at their house, I had found this book, and it was just like laying there. So I was like, let me see what that one's about. And so I read the first page, and it was like, whatever you're doing, if you're in the middle of a book, stop it, read this book. And I was like, because I am not one to, like, I cannot start a new book if I haven't finished the old book. That's the same way with shows. I will not start a new series until I'm done with the original series that I started with. I cannot do it. That's just how my brain functions. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what you say, book. And it's called The Law of Attraction. 10 out of 10. Favorite book, number 1. This book is, simply put, you're gonna attract good things if you're on good vibrations, high vibrations. If there's only a good and a bad. If you're on the good train, you're gonna get the good things. But if you want the good train but you're still stuck in the bad mindset, it's not gonna happen. You're not in alignment with the frequencies, vibrations, all that good jazz. So this book really put my life into perspective. Why aren't things changing for me? This is why. Love that one. Next, I got 2, like, these are my 2 favorite, and they were back to back. The Power of Now. Power of Now not only helps you with meditation, because this one, it does like talk about meditation in here, but it talks about just living in the moment, living in the present. What I feel, it had said like being anxious is a result of fearing the future, and being depressed is you having like being in the state of mind of the past. If you really, and when you think about it, like when you really just sit there in the present and just clear your head, nothing is really wrong, really wrong in the moment. Nothing is ever really wrong in the moment. So I was a very anxious person. Reading this was like, okay, let me stop being so worried about the future. Let me just be worried about right now. It did its job. Loved that one as well. And then next I read Think and Grow Rich. This was, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dragged my feet on this one. I could have read it faster, but I didn't. But whose business is that? But yes, this is a really good book as well. I feel like everybody's heard about it, everybody's talked about it, everybody's seen it, but it's like, oh yeah. Hearing about it is enough. No, you must read it. And it's not just about like finances or getting rich. I mean, it is. It literally tells you steps onto how, blah, blah, blah. But it's more so, abundance doesn't just mean abundance of money. Abundance means joy. Abundance means your life, everything. It's not just about money, So that's why I found this one really helpful as well. And then I read this other book that I don't have with me, but it's a more personal book just because it deals with more personal trauma. But if you are suffering from childhood traumas or just things like that, look up whatever you think is the root of it. Just look it up on Amazon. You'll find a book, and 8 times out of 10 that book will help you. Because I found books like in that book that I am talking about, I found reasons as to why I was reacting to ways I was right now because of what happened to me or how people treated me in the past. And I'm literally a reflection of that. But no more. We are no more of that. We do what we want on our time, and that is that. Because what? We live in the power of now. And we only attract good vibes. You see what I mean? This flows. But yes, and so right now I'm actually, for 2021, I'm doing a book challenge for myself where I try to read a book a month. Because before this, before my spiritual journey, I was like, oh, I wish I was a reader. I wish I could read more books, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Alina, why are you not making yourself a reader? What are you talking about? You're not a reader. You can be a reader. And so I make myself a reader. So yes, I'm doing this challenge. And so right now for the month of April, I'm reading The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. 10 out of 10 already. And this is a very short read. It's only 100 pages, and I'm on page 50. And it just, in each chapter, it breaks down the 7 spiritual laws. And I like books like this that are broken down in that way. I also like the way that this is written because it tells you the laws, gives you the examples. But at the end of each chapter, it tells you how you can put them into action. What you can do today, starting today, that can help you get the wheel rolling. So I really like that about this book. And since this one is so short, for the month of May, I'm gonna be reading Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. And this is definitely a psych book. I did graduate with my undergrad, was a psych major, and I'm going to grad school to become a psychologist. So I kind of want to freshen up on my degree a little bit, for real. But I mean, every single person needs to have emotional intelligence. It doesn't matter if you're just a psych major, you know, it doesn't matter. But yes, I'm gonna either begin reading this one or this one. I still haven't fully read this one, so I might read this one first for May, or this one might be May, or we might switch. You'll find out when I do my next book review. But yes, I hope this video is very helpful, and if you're just looking to get more insight, then I highly suggest these books. There's a ton of books out there, but I like to read ones that like I can get like an actual review on if people actually found them helpful. I don't want to waste my time. But yes, I hope this video helps somebody out there, and I can't wait to see y'all guys in my next video. Bye guys.